Hi everybody, welcome back again. In this tutorial, we are going to focus on how to configure plugins in the case of Jenkins. And I'm assuming you guys had attended Jenkins installation setup part 1 training in the earlier session. Now, in the current session, we are going to focus on how to configure Jenkins plugins. Right? Now, if you see my dashboard, this is the Jenkins dashboard and this is the welcome page we can say, and some people will call this as a dashboard also. And if you see, you can see my login name here itself, and you can see some of the options on the left hand side. You can see new item, you can see people, you can see different set of options you can see there. And currently the Jenkins which we are going to use is Jenkins 2.23. Any set of Jenkins version we can configure based on the business demands and based on the customer requirement. We can go with any type of version. Right now, let us focus on how to set the configuration part for the plugins here. Now, in the case of Jenkins, if you want to set the plugins, if you want to configure any plugin or if you want to install any plugins related thing, on the left hand side we can see one option called as Manage Jenkins. Right now, let me click on Manage Jenkins. Whenever you click on Manage Jenkins, page will be navigated, and if you observe here, you can see so many options, and you can see system configuration, you can see security part, you can see status information, troubleshooting, lot many options you can see there. Now let us click on Manage Plugins. As our task is to install the plugins, we just click on plugins here, and whenever you click on plugins, you can see multiple options here. One is updates, one is available, one is installed, one is advanced. Right now, as this is the first time we are doing the configuration, it is our responsibility to install the plugins. And if you want to install any type of plugin, then we need to click on available. Now let me click on available. Yes. Now before enabling any type of plugin, we need to be ready with the list of the plugins. Right? In the case of Jenkins market, if you see there, we are having n number of plugins. We are having n number of plugins in the market. We are not going to install everything which is available in the market. Right? As per the business requirement and whatever business says, as per the business requirement, we are going to install the required plugins. Right now, when it comes to the plugins part, these are some of the list of the plugins which are most essential. List of the plugins. List of the plugins. And most probably everybody will use Git. Git is a default. Git is a normal plugin. As usual, GitHub is one other plugin we need. Same way SonarQube also. And as usual, we need to know how to install Docker also. And let us see how to do the Docker configuration also. Docker setup and Git part, GitHub, SonarQube plugin, Docker plugin. And along with this, if we are using AWS, we need to enable AWS related plugins also. It depends totally. And as usual, if you guys want to target any unit test cases, we can use either XUnit or JUnit. Right? And as per the business demand and as per the business request, what we guys are going to do is either we can install Git, we can go with GitHub, or we can go with SonarQube, or we can. It is totally depends. It totally depends upon the business requirement. And if you remember in the tutorial 1, we had enabled some sort of plugins. By default, whenever you start Jenkins, by default some sort of plugins will be installed into your PC. And along with this, based on the business demand, we need to go with some custom installations also. And here you can see some of the plugins which are available on the market. And without these plugins, there is no CI/CD concept in the case of Jenkins. For CI/CD, these are common things. Now, we may have some question here. Srinivas, how, from where we can get all these things? Yes, Jenkins is maintaining a repository to install any type of plugin. If you want to download any plugin or if you want to install any plugin, there is a repository maintained by Jenkins. And just open your browser, just move there and type there wiki Jenkins. Yes. Yeah. Website name is wiki.jenkins.io. Wiki.jenkins.io. and this is the repository maintained by Jenkins. Whenever Jenkins want to release any type of plugin into the market, they are going to target wiki.jenkins.io. By default, Jenkins will download all the plugins from this repository. Now let me go back to Jenkins dashboard, and as per the list, let us check GitHub. In the chat box, I am typing the GitHub, and whenever, as soon as I type GitHub, you can see some list of the plugins are populated here, and our target is we need to integrate GitHub with Jenkins. Now let me scroll down and let me see whether any plugin is there with GitHub integration. Yes, there is an option called as GitHub integration. Let me enable the checkbox. This is my first plugin. Now, as usual, we need to install one more plugin, which is SonarQube. Let us focus on this one also, Sonar. Just type the word Sonar, and whenever you type Sonar, you can see multiple options here. You can enable SonarQube scanner. Let me enable this checkbox also, and don't click on any button until we complete the selection part. Our SonarQube is also ready. Now after SonarQube, you can see Docker also. Now let me remove this one and let me search for Docker. Whenever you type Docker, you can see different options here, and you can also see there is a plugin with the name Docker. Let me enable this Docker also, and even we are done with the Docker selection also, and we are also having few things pending, which is unit testing. Right? Let me come back here and let me type here JUnit. JUnit. And whenever we write the JUnit, you can see multiple options here. We can see JUnit here, you can see NUnit also here. We can see multiple types of test cases here, multiple types of test case plugins you can see here. Now let me scroll up here, and if we are targeting NUnit, you can also select NUnit also. I just selected NUnit. Same way, if we are working on Spring Boot, or if we are working on microservices, a microservice development occurs with the help of Spring Boot, right? And if you want to design any Spring Boot application, we need to go with some build tools. Either we need to go with Maven or we need to go with Gradle. Now, as the business is mainly on microservices, and if you take the development also, majority of the time you are going to see Maven or Gradle. Now, let us also integrate Maven also. Let me search for Maven here, and you can see there is a plugin with the name Maven integration. Let me enable the checkbox, and my selection is completed, and let me click on install without restart. If you want to install these plugins, you are having two options. Either you can go with the install without restart, or you can go with the download now and install after restart. Anything is okay here. Anything is acceptable. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on install without restart. Now let me click on this button. Whenever I click on this button, automatically Jenkins will download the dependencies from Jenkins repository. Now if the Jenkins is installed successfully into your local PC, then you can see success. Otherwise you will see some failures also. Now let's wait for a couple of minutes till it get completed. It may take some time. Let's wait. And the installation totally depends upon your internet speed also. Sometimes based on your internet, or based on the plugins availability, and based on so many factors, you may see the difference in the performance. For few people it might be installed very quickly, and for few people it might be slow. All it depends upon your internet speed. Now in the meantime, let's go back, and you can see one option called as go back to top page. Now let me click on this, Yes. Now we came again back to the normal dashboard. Now let me go back to manage Jenkins again. And as usual, let me click on manage plugins also. And if you see here, as usual, previously we clicked on available and we clicked on installed also, and we saw several set of options. Right now, we can see one more option called as advanced. Let me click on advanced. Normally, in any organization, if you take there might be some proxy restrictions. Proxy restrictions might be there, right? Proxy restrictions are common in the case of organizations. If there is a proxy gateway, and if you guys are already aware of the proxy credentials, and if you want to provide the proxy related information in Jenkins, then this is the right place for that, right? Now, if your organization having any firewall production and if there is a proxy restriction, right, Jenkins cannot download the plugins. If you are unable to install the plugins, means what is the meaning here? Jenkins is unable to download the plugins. If Jenkins is unable to download the plugins, means there is a proxy restriction there. And if you want to install the plugins even though if there is a proxy, right, then in that case what we need to do is we need to fetch we need to get the details from the IT team about the server part, port number, proxy related information we need to fill here. I can say the entire proxy related information we are going to fill here. The proxy server details, its port number, its username, its password. All these details we are going to provide here. Once if you provide this one and once if you click on submit button, then automatically Jenkins will start downloading your plugins. Right? Normally if you are working on public internet, there is no issue. But whenever we work on intranet, in these cases for sure every organization will have some proxy and some sort of proxy settings are common. And if we are behind the proxy, then for sure we need to configure all these details. And in the same page, if you scroll down, you can also see one more option called as upload plugin. Right? And this is also one of the good features. For example, if you guys are not able to download the plugins from the Jenkins dashboard, or if you guys are not aware of the proxy related information, then if you want to enable Jenkins, then still there is an option. You can also upload your plugins from this option. You can see upload plugin. There is an option called as upload plugin. Just download your plugin and just upload it. And the format for the plugin is .hpa. In Jenkins, all plugins will have .hpa format. And you can download these HPA plugins from Jenkins wiki. From this repository, we can download this. Now let me scroll and let me go back to dashboard. You can see back to the dashboard. Yeah, we landed on the dashboard and let me click on manage Jenkins. And let me go back to manage plugins. And let us click on install because we had enabled some sort of plugins and we tried to install also. Now let us see what is the status for this. Let me click on install here. And if you see, there is an ant plugin already available. And same way we tried to enable Docker also, which you can also see Docker here also, right? And same way we also enable SonarQube also. Let us see whether SonarQube is also there. Yes, I can see GitHub also along with this. And let us see where SonarQube is available here. Let me scroll down. Yes, somewhere. Yes, we are having here, right? And if you want to uninstall a particular plugin, you can see on the right hand side uninstall button, right? Uninstalling is pretty straightforward and is very easy, right? And this is a very easiest way. And uploading a plugin is one of the tedious job. And if you want to upload a plugin manually, as I said previously also, just go to advanced section. Under that you need to upload your plugins manually. But what is my recommendation is always better to go with the automatic installation. Don't go with the manual installations because some sort of plugins might be dependent on some other plugins. There might be some transitive dependencies between the plugins. And also make sure that if you are working within an organization and if you are into intranet, then for sure we need to provide proxy related configuration. Once if the details are provided, just click on back to the dashboard, right? In this way, we are going to do configurations in Jenkins. I hope you guys understood how to configure plugins in the case of Jenkins, right? And in the next session, in the part 3, I'm going to discuss how to configure the JDK tools and necessary tool configuration. Stay tuned, keep watching my blog and channel also. Thank you.